Q106.7 weather.
Here's your KQNK forecast. Ample sunshine expected today with daytime highs approaching 91. Winds out of the south 10 to 20 miles per hour. Mainly clear skies tonight, lows level off around 61. Bright sunshine tomorrow, daytime highs approaching 88. Mainly sunny skies and dry Friday and Saturday, upper 80s Friday, mid 80s by Saturday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Laura Lockwood. Right now, it's 60 degrees.
Kansas Information Network News, I'm Jen Austin. A deadly disease for dogs, a concern for Kansas City pet owners. Brandon Dixon has more.
Area veterinarians are issuing a warning for Kansas City pet owners after 2 canines tested positive for lepto, a fatal disease that can be passed from animals to humans. Both dogs, including a 10-month-old puppy, had to be euthanized after contracting the disease. Vets are advocating for pet owners to get their favorite furry friends vaccinated, with lepto now being a core vaccine, and to get the necessary booster to maintain effectiveness. I'm Brandon Dixon.
A man has been charged with shooting at deputies during a standoff last week in Wichita. Deputies tried to serve an arrest warrant for Robert Cook that led to a standoff at a home on South Bernice Street. Sedgwick County Sheriff's deputies returned fire. No one was injured, and Cook finally surrendered. He faces several charges, and his next court appearance is set for September 26th. The investigation is continuing. Anyone with tips should contact police. This is Kansas Information Network News.
Have you lost CanCare? At healthcare.gov, you can find a low-cost, quality health plan.
Do plans cover doctor visits?
What about emergency care?
And prescriptions?
All covered and more. Plus, with the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan for $10 or less per month with financial help. Healthcare.gov is here for you. Enroll today for coverage starting the 1st of next month. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful, it's the least that you can do.
What you desire, don't play with matches, don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Good morning, I'm Natalie Hadley with your KQNK News, brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC, serving all of your chemical and fertilizer needs. Kansas Secretary of State Scott Schwab is requesting answers from the U.S. Postmaster General for the agency's mishandling of legally cast primary election ballots in Kansas, and is seeking assurances that any issues will be rectified for the November general election. Schwab sent a letter to the Postmaster General outlining his concerns that the ballots of approximately 1,000 Kansans were either properly postmarked but received by county election offices after the 3-day grace period or lacked a required postmark. Schwab said some ballots were not counted because they lacked the required postmark by the U.S. Postal Service, a simple and easy step, and that is unacceptable. He said proper and timely handling of mail ballots is a key aspect to maintaining trust in our election system. The Secretary is requesting an explanation of the USPS's policy for ensuring that every ballot is postmarked, how USPS will ensure that every ballot is postmarked in the November general election, and how the USPS will ensure that every ballot that has been placed into its custody prior to Election Day will be delivered on time to county election offices for the votes to be counted. A copy of the letter, which was also sent to the Kansas congressional delegation, can be viewed at sos.ks.gov. Officials at KanCare, the state's Medicaid program, want to turn Kansas maternity care deserts into an oasis with help from a federal grant. Melissa Warfield, the Director of Medicaid Policy and Research at KanCare, said the agency is finishing its application for the Transforming Maternal Health Grant in hopes of being one of 15 states to receive 10 years of support and $17 million from the federal government, saying that this is really a once-in-a-generation opportunity for Kansas. Marcia Dines reported that more than 45% of Kansas counties qualified as maternal health care deserts, which is 13 percentage points more than the national average. And a recent report from the Commonwealth Fund estimated that 41% of maternal deaths could have been averted with an integration of midwife workforce into healthcare delivery systems and address some of the maternal workforce shortages in the United States. Warfield said these are the same benefits she hopes Kansas will reap by expanding the midwifery workforce and CanCare reimbursement structures under the grant. She said the goal of the program is to create community systems, and the Medicaid-based midwifery growth would work hand in glove with community health care systems, physicians, and existing birth care facilities. The grant aims to reduce low-risk cesarean sections, incidence of severe maternal mortality, low birth weight, and Medicaid expenditures, and to improve overall perinatal outcomes. In the past several years, Kansas officials have expanded postpartum Medicaid coverage up to 12 months and added doula services under the program. CanCare has submitted a letter of intent to apply for the grant, which is due September 20th. Warfield said award dates and disbursements are subject to Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. However, awarded states should begin implementation in early 2025. The Kansas Department for Children and Families is extending the application deadline for the 2024 Summer EBT program, a new federal program designed to help eligible families offset some of the costs of buying food for their school-aged children during the summer. Summer EBT, also known as Sunbucks in other states, is a partnership between the Department for Children and Families, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Food and Nutrition Service, and the Kansas Department of Education. And the program provides families a one-time installment of $120 per each eligible school-aged child to buy groceries over the summer. Applications will be accepted through the Department for Children and Families online self-service portal at dcfapp.kees.ks.gov until 5 p.m. on Tuesday, October 15, 2024. And families will need to use their existing account through the Department for Children and Families self-service portal or create an account to apply. Department for Children and Family Secretary Laura Howard said while summer EBT is intended to help offset the cost of food during summer break, when kids don't have access to the free or reduced price meals they get at school, even with children already back in class, the program can still provide families with a little extra help in putting food on their tables. She said they hope that by extending the application deadline, more families with eligible children will have the opportunity to apply for this year's summer EBT benefit. Families with children who did not receive the summer EBT benefit by the end of July 2024 should apply through the online self-service portal at dcfapp.kees.ks.gov, and the application deadline is 5 p.m. on October 15, 2024. To learn more about the summer EBT program, you can visit dcf.ks.gov. In Nebraska news, 2 teens are in a juvenile detention facility after Grand Island police said they stole a utility vehicle from a construction company in St. Libory before being caught in Grand Island. According to Grand Island police, at around 1:15 a.m. on Tuesday, an officer observed the juveniles in the utility vehicle behind Harbor Freight near Capitol Avenue and Highway 281, and they became suspicious. Captain Dean Elliott said when the officer went to contact the juveniles, they immediately drove off, with the officer following to run the plate, discovering it was stolen. Grand Island police said when the juveniles were contacted, a 14-year-old male was driving the utility vehicle and was unable to provide a driver's license, and the teen was then arrested along with a 16-year-old male for theft by receiving stolen property and no operator's license. Elliott said the teens were then lodged in a juvenile detention facility in Madison. Grand Island police said the utility vehicle was valued at $34,000 and had an estimated $60,000 worth of equipment and tools in the back of the vehicle. Nebraska police responded to a shooting at Omaha Northwest High School on Tuesday at about 12:30 p.m., with Omaha Police Deputy Chief Sherry Thomas reporting that a 15-year-old victim was found inside the school and was reportedly critically injured in the shooting and rushed to the hospital. The suspect, who is also believed to be a student, was taken into custody at 12:58 p.m. Thomas said the shooting was an isolated incident between the 2 students. However, Omaha Public Schools went into lockdown at 12:30 p.m. That was lifted at 1:30 p.m., and students were then released room by room and sent to the west side near the football stadium. Police said the scene, including neighborhoods around the school, was secure, and a police helicopter was seen circling the area, and crime scene tape was put on the campus. Nebraska Congressman Don Bacon said in a statement that they are saddened and angered about the shooting at Omaha Northwest High School and pray for the students' recovery. I'll be back with more in just a moment.
Firebolt Ag is a full-service fertilizer and chemical retailer. They customize products for individual farmers' needs, with the primary focus being customer profitability. Let Josh and Jack help you get the most out of your farm ground. They also provide in-house marketing with Ron Wall of Flatwater Solutions. Visit Ron in Phillipsburg or call Josh at 785-854-8484 or Jack at 308-840-2819. Firebolt Ag, your leader in agriculture.
According to the unofficial minutes of the Norton County Board of Commissioners meeting that was held on August 30th, Commissioner Garrett Beidler called the meeting of the Norton County Board of Commissioners to order at 9 a.m. in the Commission Room, and in attendance were Richard Thompson, Garrett Beidler, and Marvin Matchett. Ryan Hopkins with Hopalong IT Services spoke with the Commission on providing service to the county. Ryan stated that he has been in business in Norton for several years and would be interested in submitting a contract for services with the county when their current contract is ready for renewal. The Commission thanked Ryan for inquiring and said that they would keep him in mind when the contract negotiations began. Terry Laughlin with the Norton County Road Department reported to the Commission with department operations. Terry stated that the department is looking to purchase grader and mower tractor tires, saying inventory is low on the tires and bids will be reviewed for purchase. Terry also stated that he's working with a couple of firms to present to the county an estimate to do chip and seal projects. He said that the county equipment is just not sound mechanically to do the work anymore, and he's also working with cities within the county so that additional work could be contracted to get a better quote. Terry then provided photos of the Road I project. The project was for maintenance and reclaim from US 283 to the Almena Cemetery, and he said the road turned out very well. Finally, they discussed the county right-of-way and areas of concern with maintenance. Melissa Schoen, the Norton County Attorney, and Troy Thompson, the Norton Sheriff, joined the meeting to discuss a proposed contract between the City of Norton and the County of Norton for dispatcher services. However, during the review of the contracts, several questions were asked, which will need more clarification before signature. The August 2024 vouchers and payroll were submitted to the Commission and County Attorney for review and signature, and upon review, the vouchers and payroll were approved as submitted. A letter was received from DSNWK requesting an approval for a board appointment, and Mr. Corey Roy has agreed to serve on the board of directors for DSNWK. A motion was made by Commissioner Matchett to appoint Corey Roy to the DSNWK board, with a second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed 3-0. Resolution 2024-11, which is a resolution opposing a 5-mile-wide eminent domain transmission line, was presented to the Commission for review. The U.S. Department of Energy has determined that there is a need to transport green energy to areas outside of Kansas without any benefit to the County of Norton or to the state of Kansas. The U.S. Department of Energy mapped out a 5-mile swath of land across the entire state of Kansas, bypassing Kansas law requiring that these projects are to be approved by the Kansas Corporation Commission. After review, a motion was made by Commissioner Thompson to adopt Resolution 2024-11, opposing a 5-mile-wide eminent domain transmission line, with a second from Commissioner Matchett, and the motion passed 3-0. A motion was made by Commissioner Matchett to approve the August 26, 2024 minutes, with a second from Commissioner Thompson, and the motion passed. And with no further business before the board, the meeting was adjourned. The Kansas Department of Transportation has started a field survey on a portion of K-23 in Gove and Sheridan counties. The crews are working along an 11-mile portion of K-23 between I-70 and County Road 70 to gather information for proposed improvements along the route, and the activities will include the use of survey instruments on the ground to determine locations of existing features within the survey corridor. The Kansas Department of Transportation expects this work to be completed in January 2025. And anyone with questions can contact the Kansas Department of Transportation Public Affairs Manager, Lisa Moosman, at 785-874-8107. Your menu today for Eisenhower Elementary School. For lunch, you'll be having pigs in a blanket, sweet potato french fries, dill spear, baby carrots, rosy applesauce, and milk. For Norton Community High School and Junior High, your lunch today will be chicken fajita or hamburger, fruit, and milk. And for Northern Valley schools, your lunch today will be macaroni and cheese, meatballs, bread, vegetable, and fruit. I'm Natalie Hadley. Your KQNK News was brought to you by Firebolt Ag, LLC, farmers helping farmers to succeed. You can contact Firebolt Ag today to get the most out of your farmland. Your KQNK weather forecast is being brought to you by Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, your Norton experts for all of your pest control needs. Your forecast for today, it should be sunny with a high near 91 and breezy with a south wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles per hour in the afternoon, and the winds could gust as high as 30 miles per hour. For tonight, it should be mostly clear with a low around 61 and a south wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour. On Thursday, it should be sunny with a high near 88 and windy with a south wind of 15 to 20 miles per hour, increasing to 25 to 30 miles per hour in the afternoon. And on Thursday night, it should be clear with a low around 62 and breezy with wind gusts as high as 30 miles per hour. I'll be back with the rest of your forecast in just a moment.
When you got bugs, we know what a nuisance that can be.
Lock 'em out. From Hinkle Termite and Pest Control, Lock 'em Out is our very effective residential insect prevention program. We'll come to your place and treat your foundation plus all insect entryways. And while we're there, receive a free termite inspection. Call Mr. Rich Wenzel, our certified technician in Norton, at 785-202-0167. That's 202-0167.
Continuing with your weather forecast, on Friday it should be sunny with a high near 88. On Saturday, sunny with a high near 84. On Sunday, it should be mostly sunny with a high near 86. On Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 87. And on Tuesday, should be mostly sunny with a high near 88. Currently, with fair skies, it is 55 degrees. The humidity is 59%. The wind speed is calm. The barometric pressure is 29.96. And the dew point is 41 degrees. It is 8:21. It's time for Kansas Sports. That's being brought to you by United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything they do for you.
Save more, earn more with the Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union. Enrollment in this program automatically rounds up the amount of all debit card and share draft purchases made from your checking account to the next whole dollar and deposits into the Easy Saver savings account. Not only will this account help you save, but it also earns 2.01% APY monthly. Special terms and conditions apply. Come in today and open your Easy Saver account at the United Northwest Federal Credit Union, where everything we do for you. NCUA insured.
KIN Sports, I'm Spencer Dupuy. Matt Verderem of Sports Illustrated joined 580 WIBW in Topeka on Monday and gave his thoughts about the Chiefs' season opening winning over the Ravens.
But even without Hollywood Brown, who I think is going to be a meaningful addition, it was so evident how much better they are on offense. I was there in the press box that night. They were moving the ball against a good Ravens team pretty much at will. I mean, they were getting chunk plays. Worthy, despite only touching the ball 3 times, you could argue was the most impactful player on the team. I mean, he was everywhere. Rice had a huge night. I think in doing a large part the effect Worthy has. They are just now you're going to, I think, have to get to a point defensively with them where you back up. You just back up and you let them go wild underneath with Rice, Kelsey, and you live with these short plays, and you live with the run, and you try to hold them down in the red zone. I thought the Chiefs offensively, even with the few miscues, they showed you everything you could have wanted.
The Chiefs host the Bengals this Sunday at 3:25 p.m. on CBS, Kansas Information Network Sports. I'm Spencer Dupuy.
Growing wheat can be a rewarding experience, but it also comes with its fair share of challenges. Imagine having the power to see blockages on your seeder before they happen and consistently apply the correct rate and flow on your seeder and sprayer while seeing the data you need in real time. That's exactly what upgrades from Precision Planting offer you. Let's start with seeding. How do you know if you're applying the right rate on each row? Standard blockage systems often fall short, only showing red or green for product flow. The Clarity system from Precision Planting is a simple upgrade that maps magnitude row by row on the 2020 monitor, alerting you of variances in rate and flow in real time. Now let's talk spraying. Adding Symphony nozzle to your sprayer gains you independent control of rate and pressure, ensuring a consistent droplet size. This means reduced overlap and wasted product, saving you time and money. For your best wheat or other small grain season yet, upgrade your equipment with Clarity and Symphony nozzle from Precision Planting. Visit PrecisionPlanting.com to find a local Precision Planting Premier dealer near you.
It's true, many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree, and I'd like to help. I'm Edward Jones Financial Advisor Philip Eisenhagen. Together we can give your long-term retirement strategy the attention it deserves. Stop by our office at 418 East Holm here in Norton or call 877-3373. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.